Hey everyone, it's Tasty Taste from bloodofkittens, and I am burning up all the way in Dallas, Texas right now. But enough of me, let's get on to the new meta in these lists right after this quick intro. Hello and welcome back to the week that was in Warhammer 40k tournaments, where we speed through some of the winning lists from the previous weekend. Last weekend saw 7 events with at least 5 rounds and 28 players, with 5 major events. A new day has dawned as the Nephilim changes have taken effect. So far, things are looking pretty good, with 13 different factions grabbing top 3 podiums, with Sisters of Battle leading the way with 4 lists. So with that, let's take a quick sample look at the lists that tried to stand out from the 7 tournaments from the last weekend. Let's start with the Bournemouth Brawl, with over 70 players, where first place winner, the Spam King, Manny Chima, won with Adepta Sororitas, going 7-0. Sisters of Battle were the consensus winner from the Nephilim changes, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that Manny Chima, known for his one-dimensional spam lists, took full advantage. He spammed Repentia and Zephyrin, the 2 most efficient units in the army, for total victory. Manny's road to winning had him go through Tau, Sisters Mirror Match, Custodes, Chaos Knights, Blood Angels, Tyranids, and finally Harlequins. At the Show Me Showdown, the largest event from the weekend with 115 players, resulted in Nathaniel Borge taking first place with Necrons. Another winner of the chapter-approved sweepstakes, where the Silent King takes center stage. Even though the Silent King is amazing, Nathaniel's list led the way with the most unused units like Tomb Blades and a giant unit of Destroyers. His list showed just how powerful the rule changes to command protocols and units that get core keyword. Nathaniel faced off against the following, going 6-0 with 5 perfect scores. He fought Tyranids, Sisters, Drukhari, Sisters again, Orcs, and finally Harlequins. The next event is the Viking Games Summer Grand Tournament, where one Mikael Klangby grabbed first place against 38 players in the biggest surprise from the weekend by using Deathwatch. Mikael used the Deathwatch the only way they can be played, and that is as the Army of Renowned Kill Team Strike Force, which utilizes a ton of fantastic stratagems like auto wounds for one particular unit. But it is the redeploying and deceptive mobility of this army that makes it particularly deadly if played conservatively. Mikael went 5-0 by winning games against White Scars, Chaos Knights, a Morty Death Guard list, Imperial Knights, and finally beating Tau. Moving to the Happy Birthday Mr. Goblin tournament with over 60 players, where Alejandro Macusco's Thousand Sons got first place. Thousand Sons got some boosts from Chapter Approve by effectively becoming more efficient. Alejandro didn't reinvent the Thousand Sons wheel. The list still used the double Scarab Terminator blocks, along with tons of spawn for objective grabbing and such. Alejandro's 5-0 victory had him go through Custodes, Death Guard, Custodes again, Sisters of Battle, and then finally, Drukhari. Now, to the Arch City GT. We have Brandon Rice going 5-0 for first place with the Tau Empire. Many people were wondering how Tau would fare with the new meta, and how lists could move quickly away from Crisis Suit spam. But as you can see from Brandon's lists, it still spams a lot of Crisis Suits, but not to the degree of lists from the previous meta. Brandon's list also makes use of rarely talked about units like the Sun Shark Bomber, so expect units like this to make their way into more lists. Brandon saw his Tau beat Eldari, Tau, Tyranids, Death Guard, and finally Iron Hand Space Marines. On to the Hometown 40k GT, where we have 38 players and second place finisher Darren Jack winning with Orcs. In another surprise, Darren was able to take Orcs to new heights that we haven't seen in months, going with good old Gaz, Goth goodness, taking the usual playable units like Mega Knobs, Squig Boys, but he also brought along a few Death Dreads and Killer Cans to mix things up. Darren went 4-1 by first losing to Thousand Sons, but then he won out against Blood Angels, Imperial Guard, Custodes, and Tyranids. Finally, at the Coastal Wargaming and Warp Charge gaming event, 60 players had one victor, Austin Wingfield, crushing it with Black Templars. Not daunted by any of the Nephilim changes, this list went with the standard Vanguard vet spam, but saved points by dropping the Storm Shields, so he could kit out those Terminators. It was also great to see Crusader squads making it into the mix instead of Assault Intercessors. Austin went 5-0 by defeating Genestealer Cult, Black Templars Mirror Match, Orcs, Imperial Knights, and finally Harlequins. Well, that'll do it for this week. thanks for watching. It's still very early in the meta, and we should expect more top players to figure out what is broken and replicate it. But for now, enjoy the chance that any army could win a GT. As always, don't forget though, if you want to see the rest of the top 3 lists in detail, click on the links in the description below. And as always, if you like this content, please leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and ring that bell. Thanks again. Bye.